worked.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's got a lot of stuff done, which is really good.
that is good.
Yeah.
I have I have 3 days of shows. So I did yesterday, and then I have Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday again this next week.
Wahoo.
So just gonna keep trying to kill it.
I hear
so
you.
so,
I get it. I'm doing the same.
but it's about the hustle at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And that is one of your words, huh?
yes,
Love it.
yeah. So
Love
but
it. Okay, so while we're waiting for others, I think I'll post in the group real quick. What were your 3 wins this week?
I had some awesome wins. Yesterday, I took another one of my nieces. I was a little bit more nervous about taking her
Okay.
to Park Silly, and she watched me for a bit, and then all of a sudden she just started selling, and it was insane. Like she just had sale after sale after sale, and I just one of the wins. The win is that I need to let go and trust people can do what I can do. You know,
Mm, yeah.
and so with the right guidance, they can do what I can do, and so then I can focus my efforts somewhere else. And my wife even told me, she said, eventually you can give that to her or to both your nieces and let them run your direct shows,
Mm,
and you can be doing something else. And she's like, that would save you a ton of time. And
brilliant.
so, uh, another win was that we got everything ordered through our manufacturers now. Like we have socks coming, we have sunglasses coming, we have backpacks coming, um, we have more shorts coming. Our women's shorts are coming this weekend, and so we can get a sample of that. And so, I mean, everything's in full production right now, which is awesome.
Nice.
And probably the biggest one is that our website is up and running now. Our new website.
Oh, good.
So
Uh,
yeah, so
what's the site again?
it's Honuwear, Wear. So
Okay.
HONUWEAR. It's up and running now, um, and uh, we've already had people on it and looking at it, and we moved to Shopify.
Oh,
So
good.
um, just in doing that, we've had a lot of people tell us that our website looks very professional, looks a lot nicer.
Oh, way better.
Um, yeah, it's a lot different, and so our pictures are very professional as well. So
Mm.
we're excited about that. So I mean, those are just 3 wins. I've been doing the 3 wins every night, and I'm like, holy cow, which ones do I pick to share with the group? Because it just seems like they're kind of endless right now. So we're having a lot of wins right now. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Congratulations. That is amazing. Okay. Sorry, I kicked Mahanra out and he can't get back in because he's saying he can't get back in because I removed him. Let me make sure he can get back in real quick.
and while you're doing that, I guess the fourth one is that I've been able to do the Trello board every single day.
Dude.
Doing every single piece of it. I spend about 2 hours every morning. So I've been waking up earlier, like at 5:30,
Mm-hmm.
and just going through my Trello board till 7:30, and then hitting the gym. And so it's been a huge difference maker for me. So,
Mm.
but
Congratulations. That's amazing.
yeah. Even yesterday when I went to Park Silly, I woke up at 3:30, got my Trello board done by 5:30, and was out the door headed to Park City at 5:30. So,
Nice.
but
Well done. Okay, hopefully that will allow Mahanrai back in. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go to Annie. What were your 3 wins this week?
Hello. I went
Hello.
to a big branding, kind of a big B2B hair type show,
Okay.
and I met the Koreans.
Nice.
And furthermore, I met a specific Korean who I'd already talked to right before the pandemic, but I couldn't find his contact information through the whole pandemic. It was so weird. And
Wow.
he knew me, he recognized me, and he was so excited that I wanted to work with him. So we talked for a while and came up with some plans. And he gave me a hug at the end. And
Nice.
that was and it literally happened within the first 10 minutes of being at this enormous convention with thousands of vendors.
Wow.
It was so aligned.
I love that. I love it when that
So,
happens.
and then he also, the other win is that he has a product
Hmm.
that the company that I buy my product for was in his booth looking at it.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I know it's a good, I have a feeling, I don't know yet, I have to try it, that it's going to be a winner and it's different than everything else. So what else? Um, I just, um, I just met so many amazing people down
Mm.
there, and made a lot of connections.
That's great. Was this in Vegas then?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Las Vegas. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Awesome.
So
Congrats this week. That's amazing.
you're welcome.
All right, Cody, let's hear your 3 wins this last week.
I didn't have anything super major, just a lot of little things.
Okay.
But personally, I now have an adult kid. So my oldest turned 18. So that
Woo!
was kind of a
Yeah.
big deal. I made one survive to adulthood. Yeah, that's a bonus.
You didn't kill him off.
I didn't kill her. Yep,
Well.
she survived.
That's awesome.
I got a new attorney, which was really big because the attorney that I had was really slow and really had to harass him. So I got a new attorney, which was kind of fun.
Okay.
And then I acquired another company.
Congratulations. What was this?
That
What's
was
this
kind
company?
of fun. I can't disclose the name yet, but it is a screen printing apparel company, so I can now print my own stuff and double dip.
Okay then.
So
So what
So,
kind
yeah.
what kind of apparel? Is it mostly uniforms? Is it
shirts, hats, banners, all of that kind of stuff. So I can print my own swag,
okay?
basically.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah,
Very
kind of
fun.
fun.
Very fun. Okay, give me 2 seconds because I'm trying to make sure that Mahanrai can still get back in. I have no idea why it's not letting him in. Okay. John and Cody and Annie, would you do me a favor? I'm going to try and end this and then have you come back in because I need, I want Mahanrai to be able to be a part of it. So I'm going to end it, but I'm going to bring it right back up. So if you'll just rejoin real quick. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. There we go. Mahanrai, we got you back in.
Yay. Thank you.
All right. So now that we have you back in, let's go over your 3 wins for the week.
My 3 wins. Hold on, I wrote them down here. First of all, my screenplays continue to do well in like these national contests. Like I think I've said before, my screenplay about my Quaker ancestors during the Revolutionary War has done really well in the Screencraft contest. I'm a finalist in one, and then I just found out that in their feature category contest, I'm a quarterfinalist there, and I've progressed into that round. And so I'm really excited about that.
Congratulations. Woo!
Thank you. Yeah, it's like the screenplay particularly has been winning some accolades, and so I'm really, really happy about that.
That's fantastic.
Then the 20th anniversary of my stage play Farewell to Eden we're doing a 20th anniversary production, and the cast started this last week, and we had some amazing assists in the marketing with Emily doing a lot of photos and it's just already generating some good buzz. And then I've also been making good contacts for my playwriting. Jerry Rapier, who is the artistic director, I think, of this Plan B theater company in Salt Lake, they've been really interested in my AI script about it's kind of a sci-fi drama, and that is he's looking at that for their season. And then I was having a good discussion last night over Facebook with Pam Clough, and you know Pam from UVU days, and she's now the general manager, I think, at the theater there.
Wow.
And she's interested in looking at some of my scripts for there as well.
Okay.
So a lot of good things happening on the creative front. So yeah.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go into inspirations this week. So again, an inspiration should be a really great feeling thought that you had that you followed through with this week. So let's start with Annie.
I thought of the name for my brand.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was just an inspired thought that I think that I want to go with.
Okay.
And then I had another inspired thought for more content that I could sell online.
Okay.
And then that's it. Those are the 2 inspired thoughts.
Congratulations. What's the name?
Dream Hair.
Dream Hair. Okay.
What do you think about that?
I love it. That's perfect.
Okay.
Speaking of which, tomorrow we'll be doing the book outlining process again from 9 to 12. But for those who want, we'll be going through a program outlining process as well. So you can have an online program if that's what you want.
Nice.
Okay, let's go to John. Inspired thought.
Sorry, it's always finding that mute button.
I hear you.
So my inspired thought is pretty similar to Annie's, and we had a bunch of people come and tell us that, you know, we love your stuff and we want our kids to wear it. And so I told my business partner that I don't have the capacity to think about a kids line right now. But in my thinking, I was inspired to make a phone call and talk to my brother, who earlier when I was just doing kind of the graphic tee stuff, he created an image that's very relevant to what we do, but that would be actually really fun for kids. And so we talked about using that for the kids line, and then passing that on to our wives. So my business partner and I, letting our wives kind of look at the kids line, because who buys kids clothes? The moms do, right? And so it was silly for us to try and think that we could do any kind of kids wear, because we don't buy kids clothes. And so we really passed that on, and kind of that inspired vision, but also in the same terms, allowing them the freedom to explore that, and all it is right now is an exploration of what they want to do and how they want it to look. But that was kind of my inspiration this week, is to kind of reach out and actually, I know that was what I was talking about a couple weeks ago, as being my bottleneck, is letting go of responsibilities, and instead of trying to take something else on myself and passing it on to someone else. So,
Okay.
and let them explore it.
Yeah, I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Great. So we have the perfect amount of people to go through some bottlenecks here. So remember, this is about your Trello boards. If you're going through all of the things in your Trello boards, that's great. If not, let's talk about what's keeping you from it and what's a bottleneck for you. So we could also talk about other, bottlenecks within your business. That's fine as well. But mostly I'm concerned with making sure that we're getting through every single thing in the Trello board, because that's going to create the most amount of momentum for your business. So I know how well you did this week, John, at your Trello board. So let's start with you and talk about how that went for you. I think you must have muted again.
I feel like you're testing me, Nate, with that mute button. No, honestly, like, I love the Trello board, and it is like just skyrocketed my progress. And as we, and it's kind of organized my thoughts. If you talk to me for more than 10 seconds, you know that I'm kind of all over the place with ideas and thoughts and just new creative ways to do something. And the Trello board just really focuses everything down. And that's one of my words, my North Star words, is just focus.
Yeah.
And so I've been able to kind of look at everything in groups of things, instead of trying to look at the whole broad spectrum all at once.
Yeah.
And so as far as a bottleneck for that Trello board, I'm trying to figure out how to implement that when I look at the structure and process of my business, the structure of the business, is how do I get everyone doing the Trello board in my business?
Right.
How do I get everybody working on that so everybody has that same focus? Because it's done wonders for me in what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, my bottleneck is more creating that Trello board for everyone in the business, so that everybody's spending the first couple hours of their day doing exactly what everybody else is doing, on that Trello board. And whether maybe your focus isn't direct sales, maybe you're in the marketing team, but do you have Trello boards to kind of help you focus what your sales or what your outline is going to be for the day or for the next week or so on. But it's funny because my family even knows that, like, once Dad's on the computer and he's working on the Trello board, leave him alone. Like, just let him work on it. Most of the time they're still sleeping, but there have been a couple of days that I got to it a little bit later on, about like 9 o'clock, or when people start waking up, and they know that when they see my no board up and when they see the Trello board up, that they just kind of let me be, and it's awesome.
I love that. I love that. Yep, focus is the power that creates worlds. So the whole point of the Trello board is to create that kind of focus in your business. So
yeah,
that's awesome, John. I appreciate that. Are there any bottlenecks in your business that we can help you with?
I think the biggest thing, and I'll be very honest, is separating work time and family time. Because I'm a workaholic. Like my mind is 100% always going. Like I feel like even when I'm sleeping, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like, okay, I have this idea for this new thing or whatever, or a new process. And so my wife wants me to learn how to shut it off, and spend time with family. When I'm with the family, spend time with the family. And I know that I've lacked in the last couple months on helping around the house. And so honestly, I keep muting and turning off my video because I'm vacuuming. But I'm listening to everybody's conversation in my ear, but I'm trying to find that balance of being able to help around the house and being able to be with my kids and family. That was the whole point of me starting this business, is so that I could spend more time with my family.
So what do you find within spending time with your family? What do you find actually creates the best scenario for you? Because when we talk about spending family time, a lot of people will spend time with their family, and then they'll have their phone with them, and they'll be working while they're spending time with their family. Also, one trick that I learned was to actually schedule the most important things for the week first. So if I'm taking the family on a camp out, that's literally the first thing that I schedule, and I schedule around it, so that I know that I'm accomplishing those things that I think are the most important to me first, which actually kind of guides the rest of the week. And actually, maybe I can be super focused on business for the first 4 days of the week, but if I have that goal of that thing that I'm doing with my family, and I'm not focused on my phone, I'm only focused on them during that time. That time then becomes something like you could spend 4 hours a day watching shows with your family with your phone out, and it like the same. You could spend 10 minutes with them with your phone gone, focused specifically on them, and it's just as good as those 4 hours every single day.
And I think that's it, is just disconnecting, right?
Yeah.
I have to have like a complete disconnect, because if I don't, then my mind's going to be like, am I missing out on an opportunity, or is there a sale that I'm missing, or is there something that's going on? But yeah, it's kind of finding that balance right now. And the nice thing is that I have a super supportive family, and my wife's been very supportive about everything, and so they're helping me through it instead of just getting upset, Yeah. And so that's been super fun for me to kind of explore that.
And setting boundaries is important too. I've set a boundary that I actually won't take business calls unless they're between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Outside of that time is other time for other people, including family and friends and other things that I'm very focused on. So
Nate, do you mind if I share something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So on this, so this is, whoa, that's blurry. That's what that is. Why is that so blurry?
There you go.
Because it was a filter. Anyway, so this is my trello board, but something that's helped me is like, I actually put day 1, day 2, day 3, so that I know I'm not missing days.
Oh, I love it.
And so, but that's why I just put it in these notes. So even like journals, I actually put the dates on them. And then like marketing ideas and stuff like that. So just something that's helped me in organizing kind of my thoughts and stuff like that. So
that's beautiful. I love that, John. Well done. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Yep. No, thank you for the advice. And that's definitely something that I'll continue to work on. And I know it's not going to be fixed overnight, because that's just not how my brain works. But it is something that can be helped, know?
Yep, 100%.
So, awesome. Thanks.
Okay, awesome. Let's go to bottlenecks with Cody now.
My bottleneck was time. I don't have enough time to get things done.
Okay.
So I actually talked to somebody last night about being my second assistant. So
good.
I'm working on that, but that was my bottleneck, is I have a massive list of things to do and accomplish and not enough time.
So tell me about the things that you're doing on a daily basis. What does your normal day, and how do you parse out the time to accomplish different things?
I don't have a normal day.
Okay.
If I have to go and correct something on a job site, I run and do that. I'm still doing some of the estimating. I haven't found an estimator yet. So some of the simple things like my social marketing and stuff, that is going to be the main focus of my new assistant. And then just anything that I can delegate easily, I just assign out to the assistants.
Okay. Also, if you want your assistant to be a part of what you're doing here, and they can help you write the book so that you can do the social media marketing, you feel free to send them.
Okay. Sounds good.
It could be easy to have your assistant write a book that's specifically targeted to social media so that you can utilize all of that content. It should create about 6 months worth of content for social media. And that would be a very easy, quick way to handle that once you have that assistant.
Okay.
Did you finish an outline?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. If you have the
Okay.
outline, it should be easy to fill in the blanks.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Is there anything else that you may need some help with? It's just time right now?
Yeah, right now it's just time. I had a lot of legal things I needed written. But now that I found another attorney, that'll be huge. I'm still working on the SBA for that purchase, which is kind of killing me because they request 1,000,000 documents.
Yep.
And then I have to do all the documents for all the companies. I can't just do the one. So that part, I've made a mess there. Made it real complicated.
But that should be up to your lawyer then, right?
No, because I have to have all the financial statements because they want my financials. And I own several companies, and so they want it all. So it's not just trying to get all the financials for the company I'm buying. They need all the financials.
Okay. Is your assistant
So-
helping you with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do have an assistant. I actually messaged a bookkeeper this morning, the one that gave away the award last Wednesday,
Okay.
to see if I could enlist him in his help, but he hasn't responded yet. So
Got it.
it's just, yeah, it's a lot of work on that.
It is a lot of work. The good thing is, though, moving forward, once you go through this, you should be able to create a process so that when you do this again, it won't be as time intensive.
Yeah, I'll have all the bookkeeping and everything in place for every company, so it'll just be printing the reports as needed, not creating it all.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly. I totally get it. Okay. Well, if you need some assistance in that this week, let me know.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Mahanrai. You're on mute, so any bottlenecks and...
Yeah, the bottlenecks with me, there's a couple of things here. It's always, right now it's a lot of to do with employment issues where I need more money because I resigned from my job. And so half my time is spent looking for another job while I'm still trying to do all my other stuff towards this. And so to help support this. And so I'm struggling with that, and Works, which helps. But there are bills to be paid and things like that. And so that's my main struggle right now. And so that's eating up a lot of my time, which is already spread pretty thin. But with the Trello board specifically, it's like throwing the thing that I'm worst at me, which is organization. You know, and you see, I'm riding by the seat of my pants half the time.
Yep.
As it is, and so just sitting down and getting organized like that is essential, but really difficult for me.
I totally get it. What time in the morning do you normally wake up, Mahanrai?
It varies, anywhere from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. usually, depending how I've slept that night.
What time do you normally go to bed?
That varies too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm working on a project and sometimes I'll write into the night, and that's actually sometimes my best writing time. Or job searching time or different kind of things. That's where the house is quiet and I can actually gain more focus.
What time does your family normally go to bed and wake up?
That varies with Anne's the only consistent one.
Okay.
Charlotte has been getting up more lately because she has camp, but it's summertime for the kids, and so they're in squirrely land that way. It used to be more around 10 and 11 during the school year, but during the summer it's different.
Right. So, Mahanrai, with you, what you may want to think about doing, if you stay up late because you're working on a project, once you're done with that project, you may think about doing the Trello board then instead of in the morning, because you're already up and your brain's already going, and that might be a really good time to actually do that because you're in the right brain space and the other people in the house are not awake.
Yeah.
So if you're working late like that and your brain is going, think about possibly doing the Trello board at night.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't stay up late doing something, perhaps the next morning would be a good time to do the Trello board. So you may have to kind of figure it out. I recommend figuring out a schedule that you stick to on a daily basis. So if you want to stay up late and that's your most productive time, maybe you just find a way to make that more consistent, where you're staying up late. The consistency, it really helps your body a lot. So even in my weight loss group, I try and teach them you should be intentional about your sleep and how much sleep you're getting, so that you know when you're going to bed and when you're waking up, and you can plan around that. If you don't have that consistency, it's very difficult to be organized. It just is.
Yeah. Well, I totally agree with that. And I think this is something I believe in my heart, but it's hard to master it, because it's always been like with my ADHD and different kind of things, that's not how my brain works. And it's often like people say, well, to be successful, you have to make your brain work this way. And I'm like, my brain doesn't work that way. So how do I be successful? And so it's a struggle.
You, Mahanra, you are not different from most of the people in this group. Most of the people in this group are ADHD and they have a hard time with sleeping patterns. It's okay. I get it. I have a hard time with it sometimes too. Yeah. But I would suggest, and this is for everybody, when you come out with a statement that says it's hard to do this thing, that's a story. And it's a story you're telling yourself that makes it reality. I would suggest we find a way to reword that story, maybe to something more like, it's been hard in the past for me to do that, but it's starting to get easier. I'm starting to see why it's good, which actually makes me understand how to figure it out a little bit better, and I'm just in the process of making it easier for myself. So just changing the story a little bit will help you figure things out. So figuring out a different story and consistency will help you a lot, even if it means you say, I am going to bed every night at 3 a.m. and waking up at 10 a.m.
I'm not usually up till 3, but yeah.
Just saying. If that's the time, then that's fine. The consistency is what matters. And I do understand being inspired late at night. A lot of artists are that way, and that's a really good thing. So I do promise you, though, once you get consistent, then you start, like, your whole life changes. That consistency makes it much easier to be organized. And I know John knows this, and I know Annie knows this. That consistency creates consistency in the rest of your life, too. Is that right, Annie? Yeah, you're muted, but that's okay.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, so tomorrow again, we've got the book outlining and program outlining process. That's from 9 until noon. We're basically done with what we needed to cover today. Are there any questions about what we covered today? Okay, I'm going to cover one more topic that is something that's really important for all of us, and that's as business owners, we're trying to create something that feels big. And the reason something feels big that we're trying to create is it's because it has some form of resistance, internal emotional resistance to it. So we all have this thing where we say, I want this thing, but it's really hard for these reasons. I want to buy a Lamborghini, but I don't have the money, and the upkeep is going to cost way too much, and what if I look like a douchebag in the Lamborghini? And we create all these stories and this resistance to the thing that we want. I'm not saying anybody here necessarily wants a Lamborghini. I would assume you'd rather have a Bugatti. So whatever it is that you're trying to create with your business and your personal life, you have some form of resistance that you've created for that thing. The best way I know how to get rid of resistance is before it happens. So that would specifically mean that meditation at the beginning of your day. So if you don't know the process of meditation, I'm going to describe it really quickly. At the beginning of your day, you should be up and you should eat and drink and go to the bathroom, whatever, to get to a place where your body feels normal. Go to a place that is dark, and this should be at the very beginning of your day, very beginning, because you don't want this momentum of thought to have started already. For me, right now, it's too late. I can't meditate right now because my brain just goes too fast later on in the day. So I'm waiting for Cody to rejoin really quickly so I can discuss what we're doing. So Cody, just to catch you up, we're just going over one concept, which is resistance of thought. And we all go through resistance, meaning... So I'll even do a different analogy. It's like a train, right? So anytime you have a desire, you say, hey, I want this thing. So let's say for Cody's sake, she wants to buy another business. So maybe there's a construction company that she wants to buy, and you say, okay, I really want to buy this company. The train is going this way. Great. But then she says, but I have to get all this paperwork together. And it's like you're adding a train to this side that's kind of pushing back against it. And oh crap, that's just too much money. It's pushing it back this way. But I really feel like, this is going to change the other parts of my business. So I have to train this way. It's pushing it this way. So you've got these resistant forces going back and forth. Whereas if we would just say, I want this thing, and just end the conversation right there, then we have a train that it might be moving slowly, but it's moving forward. And not adding that resistance to it will help you move forward in everything that you're doing. So even that desire of wanting to get all of that paperwork together, just saying, I just need to get the paperwork together, it's going to get together, will help it move forward. If you don't add the added stories to it, oh, I can't do this, it's too much time, it's too much effort, just sticking with the original desire will help you a lot. And at the beginning of the day, it's the meditation that gets rid of desire the easiest and quickest. Getting rid of resistance, for me, I've found that meditation right at the very beginning of the day, when you don't have the momentum of thought going, getting your body comfortable, eating, drinking, going to the bathroom, whatever, and then right immediately getting into meditation so you don't have those wheels turning too fast. Sitting down in a dark space, closing your eyes, focusing on a sound in the room like a fan, and when your mind wanders, and it will, bringing your attention back to the fan, and it's like bicep curls, right? Every time your mind wanders, bring it back to that sound. At some point, so I don't know how much you guys have done. When I started, I did 5 minutes because my brain would go crazy. It was hard for me to do. Now, I typically do 15 to 20 minutes every day. And I will get to a space where my mind stops wandering at some point for a minute or two. It's not very long, but getting to that place where my mind isn't wandering gets me to feel that so that I can create it throughout the rest of my day. Non-resisted thought. It also gets me to a place where I can focus. That continual focusing, refocusing from my mind wandering back to that sound creates a lot of focus in the other areas of my life. And that focus is the power that creates worlds. So let me go through, you guys, about what you're doing right now to meditate. Annie, how long are you meditating every day right now?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Awesome. How are you feeling about that?
I love it.
Okay. Awesome.
I love it.
Awesome.
I miss a day here and there, but I look forward to it every day.
Okay.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to challenge you to increase it to 15 minutes now.
Okay.
That's awesome.
15 minutes.
Okay, sweet. John, how are you doing with meditation?
I think so. I'm at 7 minutes right now,
Okay.
and like you said, it's kind of gradual for me, just because I'm trying to learn the focus. I still have that hard mindset that if I'm not moving or doing something, then I'm not productive.
You're not productive, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get out of that mindset and start thinking more about, that. And one of my inspirations this week was take time for myself, because so I read it. Actually, I've been trying to do an inspiration every day with my wins, but I'm trying to think about what can I do today to help myself. So I've been trying to really focus on that meditation and other things like that. I guess my mindset is I just like to jump right into the work.
Got it.
Right?
Yep.
And get going.
Yep.
And so, but I've been doing it every day. I've been working on it.
Okay.
And so, I'm at 7 minutes, and I can definitely try and increase it this week and see how things go.
What time of the day do you normally do it?
I'm probably, because I get up now about 5 o'clock, so I probably get it going about 5:20.
Okay.
Like you said, I've been trying to do what you said, is just get up, kind of get myself together, wake up a little bit, and then get something to eat so that I'm comfortable. And then I go downstairs and it's quiet and it's dark and I can just think. So
it's okay to keep it at 7 minutes if it's still uncomfortable. You need to get to a place where you're feeling comfortable doing it, like you really want to do it, and then you can start increasing the time.
And I think the crazy thing is that I do want to do it, and I see the benefits of it. But I've just always been in that habit of just getting right to work, Yep. And so, like, I've given my body plenty of time to sleep and relax. So it's time to work now that my eyes are open.
Nice.
And so, but I think having something to focus on, like you said, a fan or something else like that, will be really helpful.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks, John. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Cody, where are you at with your meditation?
Mine has become very routine still. I'm trying to work on increasing my time from 5 minutes.
Okay. Are you comfortable yet?
I still struggle with it, like focusing. My brain just goes.
I get it. What time of the day are you doing it normally?
Morning, when I get up, after I get up.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, feel free to stay at 5 minutes if that's what you need. There are also you can get on YouTube and listen to meditation music. So there's binary meditation music. So if someone's really struggling, sometimes I will say go onto YouTube, and there's binaural. There we go. Binaural meditation music on YouTube that you can look up, and it should be more like a drone sound. And sometimes just listening to that while you meditate will help you focus better if you're having a hard time. So if you can do that, and if it's comfortable to do that, then you can start increasing the time a little bit. And every once in a while you can try it without the music and just do it to the sounds in the room. But that might help you to focus a little bit better, because I know your brain is a lot like mine. As an ADHD brain, it's just kind of all over the place. So that might be a help to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Mahanray, how's your meditation going?
My doctor had recommended me this Calm app, which I really like.
Yeah, Calm is nice.
Yeah, and it's probably the thing that best puts me into that kind of meditative state. It's not something I'm consistent with, except to put me to sleep.
Right.
But and I engage in a lot of prayer too, and that's not quite the same thing. It's not emptying your mind or anything like that.
Right.
It's quite the opposite. Although I do try to keep that openness, which is similar but not quite the same. And so I don't know. It's not something I've created a consistent practice of yet. Not something that I have a procedure for quite in that same way. But I would like to.
Okay. Yeah, so my recommendation is just when you wake up, go straight to your Trello board and bring it up on your phone. And really the first thing that's on there is meditation. And you just want to start getting the dopamine hit of checking it off your list because that will help you kind of create that habit. And I would recommend just doing it for 5 minutes. So on Calm, you can actually do guided meditations. I'm not sure I would necessarily recommend the guided meditations. I actually did get started myself with guided meditations. The thing about a guided meditation is it's more like a visualization than a meditation. The meditation should be you listening to you rather than you listening to someone else.
Yeah, and that's why, like, one of the churches I attended, they did a lot of that guided meditation stuff, and it kind of weirded me out because my mom would do that kind of thing, and it's not really my style.
Yeah.
As much as I'm a visual person.
Yeah.
But the Quaker practice of just complete silence is more my speed, I think. So
yeah. So for you, if you can set a challenge for yourself to do at least 3 meditations this week, right when you wake up, and do it for 5 minutes, just set a timer and just go for 5 minutes. I know it's going to feel like forever, but it's going to get you.
5 minutes is fine.
Okay. It's just going to get you used to it, and it's going to get you used to feeling that feeling of not having to do something, which can be uncomfortable to begin with, but things will go much better during your day. And this goes for everybody. This sets the tone for your day. People talk about waking up on the wrong side or the right side of the bed. This is going to get you waking up on the right side of the bed, and your whole day and everything in it is going to change, I promise you. So this is probably the most important thing that you could do for your day, period, end of story. It gets rid of resistance. It just makes things go smoother. Once you get to that non-resistant state, you may have had a conversation with someone that turned into an argument, whereas when you do the meditation, because you're in such a different vibration, you will completely skip over that conversation with that person because you're just not in that space at that point, which also then moves you into another space where you could have had these other conversations with other people that were negative because then you had that argument with someone, and all of that, it just changes the whole trajectory of your day. So I promise you, this is the most important thing. We're all business people. We're all trying to get business things done. There's a ton of stuff that we need to get done every day. But that one thing is going to change the trajectory of your day. So just do it. Just do it. Okay, our time is up. Are there any other questions? Otherwise, we're just going to end the meeting. Remember, tomorrow we have the outlining process, 9 to 12. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Sorry, no more
John.
questions, but I gotta show you this real quick.
Oh, okay.
So my bags came.
Oh, I love it. That's fantastic.
So for those that don't know, this is my orange shoebox, my Nike orange shoebox, right?
Yes.
So my orders will start coming in bright green bags.
Boom.
So pretty excited about it.
I love it, brother. That's fantastic.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks,
let's kill it this
guys.
week. Love you all.
Thanks,
Bye.
Nate.
Yep, of course.